Hey everyone, welcome to 2025 and new to Weeaboo. This is episode 139 for January 8th, 2025, and I am Nemesis. I am joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Yeah, new year, for better or for worse.
For better or for worse.
Let's see. In the world of anime, of course, the new winter season has started. A couple things returning, a couple new things. Kind of looking forward to some of this stuff. I have completed a few of the things from last season that I've been watching. Not everything. Yeah, remember the Girls Who Can't Be Magicians thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, kind of my biggest worry was what happened, which is it wound up being We Have Little Witch Academia at Home.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Still pretty to look at, and yeah, the season ended with a teaser, but I'm not sure if it's ever going to get more, considering its reception was kind of muted.
Yeah.
Finished Villainous, that was pretty decent. Also ends with a teaser, but I'm not sure if it's going to get more anime or not. It might just wind up being just read the manga, or light novel, or whatever it is.
Whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, so kind of decent ending there, actually. I still haven't finished Ranma or Dandadan, actually, but
Yeah. I need to catch up with those.
yeah, still keeping up with Shangri-La Frontier, which is popping off again.
I've heard that one's kept going and kept being good.
Yeah, and it's been popping off again. So, oh, hey, look, you remember? Yeah, remember the girl who has the crush on the main character in that? The two of them are finally having significant interaction.
They took this long? Wow.
But yeah, the two of them are having significant interaction. So that's something. Although there was one thing I wanted to mention. Actually, I just remembered. Remember Whisper Me a Love Song, the Yuri anime that wound up cutting out most of the Yuri and also had production issues and looked like crap, and
Oh yeah.
and then also just kind of went on indefinite hiatus with no finale in sight.
Yeah.
Released the finale. They finally released the finale. Looks like actually might be the Blu-ray's been canceled.
Oof.
Because and
Things went south.
they actually did put a kiss in.
Oh wow. Amazing.
Yeah, they cut out two of them, but they put in a kiss for literally the final scene of the final episode. So, good on doing the bare minimum, guys. Jeez. That's just so disappointing that's such a good manga got just wrecked like that.
Yeah. That sucks.
Good news is there's several Yuri coming out this season and next season, so hey.
Hey.
Including one I'm really hoping goes well, because it's one of those signs, like this is one of those kind of more out there Yuri.
Oh boy.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that again. We're talking about
we talk about that plenty.
We're not talking about that particular brand of Yuri. We're talking about a different brand of Yuri, kind of.
Kind of, not really. Like,
well, but kind of, yes, but also. Anyway, once again, returning to the world of Love Live with Superstar Season 3, the third and seemingly final season, because the original cast of 5 are because it's the third year.
They
high
all
school.
failed. Coming back for a fourth. We'll pull something out of our hat.
Right. So, yeah, it's Love Live Superstar Season 3, which, follows the chronicles of Leela, the group from Yuigaoka. I know it's Yuiga, then I don't remember the rest of the name of the school. It's Yuigaoka High School. That group. It's their third year, and of course there's more new members this time around, and it's also they have to deal with the cliffhanger from season 2, which is, hey, remember Count was going to go study at a Vienna art school? Yeah, about that.
We'll put a pin on that one for now.
Put a pin on that because that didn't happen. So that's how the season literally opens with Count and Marguerite, if you remember the kind of the villain from season 2, both upset because they're not going to Vienna anymore.
Nope.
Why? Because Marguerite's parents stepped in and went, yeah, we're going to throw money around, and you're going to stay there in Japan, both of you. And Marguerite has to study under Canon.
Yep.
Okay. That's actually, I saw someone complaining about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the most realistic thing is rich people throwing money around and ruining other people's lives. That's actually the most realistic explanation for that they could have.
Yeah, but it does feel a little contrived. Like they had to pull that out of somewhere.
It's pretty clear they're already planning for it this last season. The other thing was, I know a lot of people were kind of down on season 2. It was a bit lesser in many ways compared to season 1. I feel like season 3 here is very much ends on a strong note for the series. very strong note here. I feel like overall it actually does a good job of kind of completing some storylines and sending everything off with a bang, so to speak. Yeah, as Marguerite from last season now, she has to prove herself to get to the art school she wants. So she does so by creating a new school idol club.
Competing school idol club.
Yep, a new one because she's not going to join Leela. Why would she? Her
it's
pride
the
won't
enemy.
let her.
Not
So
gonna
she
join
does
the
this.
enemy. Yeah.
And Canon initially has her as the awkwardness. Man, I had all these tearful goodbyes, and now I have to say, oh, by the way, I'm not leaving. Huh? Just kidding. Awkward.
Yep.
So she winds up joining Marguerite's club, although Marguerite objects initially.
Yep.
But I guess it's one of those things. She winds up in the same group, and now with a newcomer, Tamari Onitsuka, who is the younger sister of Natsumi.
Yep.
And she's joining too. And the three of them are basically, this is an interesting twist on the usual thing, because the Love Live, they like to have the rival group. And this time, the rival group has a former member of the main group in it.
Kind of the lead, too.
Yeah. Kanon joins the rival group. That doesn't happen ever.
No, she's got a reason for it.
Yeah, we see. It's pretty clear she has a plan of, I'm going to get Marguerite on Leela one way or another.
Yeah.
She has a plan for that, and it does. Surprise, it works.
But also, like, Margaret.
Yeah, Marguerite.
Yeah, Marguerite was doing it sort of antagonistically, and Canon's idea was to be friendly competition.
They're not our enemies.
Yeah, they're not. It's like, where Marguerite was saying, like, they are our enemies and we have to beat them.
Are you
Canon's
a spy?
idea was like, no, we're going to have friendly competition so we can bring bring each other.
We're going to lift each other up.
Exactly. Give us something to, I guess, friendly compete to make ourselves better.
Yep. Make each group better.
Trial through combat.
Yeah, and then eventually we'll just kind of rejoin them. Well, she kept that part secret, but
yeah, that part's secret. Although, yeah,
kind of obvious.
Obviously, that's gonna happen.
That was the end goal.
Like, ultimately, this is a Love Live anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna go any different.
Yeah, it's Love Live.
It's Love Live. You basically know how this is gonna go.
Maybe get a couple twists in there.
Yeah, but nothing ever big. It's not the point. It's Love Live. It's not about, those kind of stories. It's the characters. The story is just there to give them a vessel to show the characters off.
So yeah, we see Marguerite goes from the antagonist from season 2, and she over this season we see her. It's not surprising, she grows and changes and kind of becomes attached to these dorks, and she to the point where she goes from her whole thing was, her end goal was absolutely, I'm going to get to the same Vienna art school that my sister went to, no matter what. To changing to, I want to stay here.
Yep.
For the rest of my high school.
Yep.
Years. Which was a very big change, because for her that's complete 180.
Yeah. Yeah.
to
it was a
change to that point
change there.
Which, yeah, it's actually, and it feels really natural and stuff. It doesn't because it'll be the word like, they're gonna just force it because it has to be that way,
right?
And it's like, no, it felt like, no, that seems a logical endpoint for her character arc. She kind of becomes more and more attached, and of course, initially she's very much no, shut up, I'm not attached to any of you.
Why y'all acting so?
Yeah, and that's because early on she's very much like, she's always a very serious person in general. She takes this stuff very seriously.
Yes.
But we also see that, she tries to pretend that she's definitely not interested in the results of, the competition, right? Definitely not really interested. Nope. What's going on? Where are the results? How did we do? Did we win? Did we win?
Yep.
Or pretending like she doesn't, seek out Kanon's approval.
Absolutely does.
Definitely doesn't have any friends. She says she constantly hangs out with Kanon's little sister. No friends. Not here for friends, she says.
Nope.
She's actually genuinely smiling when she hangs out with Kanon's little sister. I believe it's Arya.
Honestly, though, I think possibly as interesting, if not more interesting, though, is Tamari.
Tamari, yes.
The introduction of Tamari.
She just kind of shows up.
She just kind of shows up. She has got a very deadpan sort of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Very, logical.
Yep. That's her thing. Her whole thing is kind of efficiency.
Yeah. Yeah, we later it does reveal why she is the way she is,
Yep.
Although it's a bit interesting, like there's a very big dichotomy between her personality type now and what kind of showed her to be when young. It's like that seems like a pretty big change for one incident like that. But hey, whatever. But yeah, it shows her she's battling all these things.
Mm-hmm. And Tamari, yeah, because she is the younger sister of Natsumi. You remember Natsumi's the short one who really likes money.
She's the capitalist.
She likes making money. Tamari is, well, even though she's younger, she's taller than Natsumi, which, yeah.
It doesn't take much.
She's taller than Natsumi, and her whole thing has always been basically, her thing is she wants to see this whole school idol thing for herself that her sister's son is really interested in, even though it doesn't seem to make money.
Yeah.
And also make sure, she's basically trying to make sure that her sister doesn't get hurt, because we see in the lead up in one of the episodes that Natsumi got herself hurt a lot trying to chase after dreams. Granted, a lot of the dreams are a little goofy, and some of them was like, just because
she failed once.
Just because there's no immediate results doesn't mean that dream is dead. But
that sounds like an advice a lot of people could use. Oh, I failed once. I must not be good at it. Can't do it again.
That's perfectionism. I hate it. Because I have that.
No, you idiot. Of course you're going to fail the first time. It's going to take a long time before you start succeeding there.
No, well.
It takes time. You have to learn how to do it. It takes practice.
That's not how the perfectionist mind works, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the perfectionist mind is wrong.
Yes, it is.
Does
but
not
it's hard
match
to get past
reality.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's just hard to get past that, though.
Yep, I know it is.
But yeah, so Tamari, yeah, her whole thing is she's just trying to figure out what her sister sees in this.
Yep.
And if her sister's going to get herself hurt again. Which she's convinced at one point she is going to get herself hurt, right? But then she kind of, oh, hey, guess what? This thing's actually kind of neat. I like it a lot. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I get it.
Including the really nice episode between Natsumi and Tamari about them specifically is really, really good little end cap on this with their relationship and whatnot. Because, like, it's the kind of them getting, Natsumi has to get through to Tamari that, I genuinely like this and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to come protect me.
Yeah, and we should see that Tamari is really all into this, efficiency and money making because of Natsumi.
Mm-hmm.
Natsumi was doing all this, and her last dream was to make money, and she got hurt. All the other ones, Tamari went, "Okay,
this is the way.
I'm not going to let you get hurt again. This is what you're going for. I'm going to do it for you as well."
Yep. And so, so Tamari also modeled it after the purpose of life is to make money. Well, then I have to make sure that's everything, end goal of everything.
Yep.
Including actually keeps complaining to Kano, like, we're not making money. We're not supposed to make money.
We're not supposed to make money.
Then why
Honestly,
are we doing this?
Also, by the way, your school function, there's problems if you did make money.
Yeah, there's potential issues here.
You're legally bound from making money right now. You have to wait till you graduate and get signed by an agent.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of,
a nice little end cap to Cuckoo's thing. Started off season 1 because there's a whole thing. Season 1 they revealed that she and her parents there's a little tension there.
Yeah,
her parents let her go to Japan, but there seems to be a pressure to kind of come back to China and do proper studying this out of this frivolous school idol thing. And so that was brought up again in season 2, and now season 3 we're finding a conclusion where she actually does go back to Shanghai, and well, eventually the rest of the group follows them, although Marguerite under extreme protest because I'm not her friend. I don't need to go. You're going.
Too late. You already got
here's a ticket. You're
the
going.
rich person already bought everyone tickets, including you, because they didn't know.
You're going. Which actually also helps to resolve a lot of the other helps, I guess, initiate the final steps to reintegrating the groups together too. But yeah, Cuckoo's whole thing is like she's there and she's already given up. She talks to Kano about some of the stuff, and in Shanghai, and she's like, she's pretty much just clear. She's already given up on the whole career aspirations she has with idols, which she's just gonna go to school in Hong Kong and just study hard and guess be whatever her parents want her to be, right?
Shanghai.
Yeah, Shanghai. I actually think she's because I remember
I can't remember now.
There was a scene that had a Hong Kong University or something booked.
Yeah,
in it,
I can't remember, but yeah.
Regardless, it's gonna be in
way.
China. It's gonna be proper China, right? There's only one.
Careful with that one.
Right?
Careful with that one.
Because Winnie the Pooh says you can't. There's only one China.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So that's the thing is that she's given up, and Bokonon and Sumire both are pushing her to not give up on her dream. Because why should you do that? Your parents shouldn't control your life. And she does get the courage to eventually, say, this is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to chase it.
On stage.
On stage in front of
a whole crowd.
Thousands of Chinese fans.
Yep.
We also get a nice flashback of like how she got into this, because she guys was just kind of existing, kind of just studying hard like she's supposed to, and just kind of, she has a couple friends, sure, but yeah, it's just kind of just no spark in her life. Till one day she just happens to see a broadcast of a Sunny Passion performance, and it awakens something in her. And she realizes, oh, I want to be a performer. This is what I want.
I want to do that.
And so she goes to Japan and everything for that. So it's a nice little end cap right there on her story, although we get a little bit of an epilogue in the final episode.
Of end caps.
Yeah, because it's the final season.
I know.
But like, because it's the epilogue, the final episode is basically an epilogue. So yeah, it's real nice to see that. And also her and Sumire wind up working at the same exact agency.
Yep.
With basically Cuckoo wind up being Sumire's manager.
Somehow.
I don't know how she pulled that, but she did.
About to say, like,
she must have done some smooth talking to get that position. Because
it's like you should be on equal footing here. You can't be manager if you're on equal footing.
Because yeah, that's the nice thing. Also, Sumire is finally able to actually, hey, her career that she always wanted is now also time to take off.
Yep.
Because she's been noticed finally. Kanako and Ren. That's a big one. That was a kind of unexpected. To me, a little bit unexpected initially, but also makes sense, which is Ren kind of got put in the background last season, which really sucked for me because Ren's my favorite.
Aww.
So she kind of, other than the gamer episode, if you remember
the gamer episode, yeah,
she just kind of existed in the background for most of season 2. Season 3 here, she kind of bring her back to the foreground a little bit and kind of get into her a little bit, which is she's a student council president. Who's going to be the next one? We don't know, because no one seems to want the job because they feel like they're going to be an utter failure compared to her.
Yeah.
And how do you have an election when no one's being nominated? And so eventually it falls to, she literally just has to handpick someone just to get someone in this chair.
Yeah, which I think is also sort of tradition too.
Somewhat.
I mean, it's like there is, but like it's expected that the president will, I want them. And then they'll do their whatever.
Yeah, because also because someone's pushing Ren to basically, you need to pick a successor. It's like, I'm trying, no one wants the job.
Yep.
And then Kanako's struggling because like, hey, we want you to write the lyrics for the next song, and she's like, because just a complete and utter writer's block.
Yep.
And just paralyzed by fear of like, I'm going to screw up and it's going to be all my fault when we lose. Eventually, Kanako gets this just bout of inspiration when she's thinking about her friends and everything. And because we kind of see also leading into this as well, she kind of almost seems like a natural leader. She takes charge of the second years.
Yep.
And she becomes a natural leader. And then Ren sees that bout of passion. I want you to be the next student council president.
It's you. It's you.
And then what?
Say what?
Yeah,
and then it happens.
And we see, because there's that thing, we see the parallels. They're both kind of nervous wrecks, but they're also stubborn leaders.
Yeah.
So it works out. They're both stubborn in the sense they just want the best for everyone, and but they're also nervous wrecks about it. Because yeah, one of the things is Ren is convinced also that everyone hates her, even though it's like the reason is everyone's scared that they're just gonna just pale and just be a failure compared to her.
Yep.
But she's convinced that no, the reason is they just hate me.
Yeah.
They must hate me.
That's unfortunately common.
They must hate me.
They must.
Yeah, so it's really nice seeing that go down, and we see Kanako step up, and of course we got the funny bit in the end where she says, I'm going to use my powers as student council president to hold them back a year.
Exactly.
I'm going to hold them back.
That's how we get a 4th season. Like I said,
hold them.
Somehow they failed and have to go and repeat the last year.
And then Shiki and Mei.
Oh my god.
Just kiss already, right?
Oh my god, yes.
Just kiss already.
Just kiss already.
I mean, they are like the second closest to becoming canon, like the closest of any couple in Love Live. They're like the second closest. Well, actually, technically, they're the closest to becoming canon because one of them did become canon. way back when Rin and Haneo actually became canon in the manga.
Oh, dang. Nice.
Like, for real. Granted, it's one of those things it's always frustrating when you see how people excited. It says, oh, just because there's no boys doesn't mean they're not straight. It's like, have you actually paid attention, you idiot?
Like,
I mean, you got Nozomi talking about how much she likes girls, and she never really entertained the idea of dating a boy, and she just really likes girls, and she just really like hanging around girls. And, oh man, she's so glad her entire group is composed of cute girls. And
yeah, and then you have these two,
yeah,
Mei and Shiki, who just like.
And in Sunshine, you have Rico, who collects tons of Yuri Dojin. Like,
but no,
no, she's straight though. How? And then in
no
Nijigaseki, you got the whole thing with Yumu and Yu. Remember the foot?
Oh, geez, that whole. Oh my god, there is no heterosexual explanation for that.
Exactly, nothing there. And then of course here you got Shiki and Mei.
Yeah, who are just like
we have literally again. Shiki once said, "What's her favorite thing?" She said Mei.
Yeah. Those two are just the tension between the two is like, just get a room.
Yeah, there was a point where it's like, that's so frustrating because Mei comes to Shiki and says she wants to talk to her alone about something. It's like,
it's gonna happen.
No. She just talks about how she just really wants to win the love life. Like, are you? Yeah, that's the thing. They had an episode focused on Shiki, and basically Chisato's like, I want you to be the center for the next song, our first song without Kanon. And Shiki freaks out because it's the thing.
Yeah, Shiki doesn't get to be the lead.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't like being in the front.
We find out she wants that, but also, oh no, I am no good at this. I'd be terrible at this, and it'd be ruining everything.
Put me in front of a crowd and I'll faint.
Yeah,
and she does.
Yeah, but her thing is like, if you put me as the center, it's gonna be bad because I'm no good at this. Even though we see she wants it, but that's the thing is like because if she didn't want it, then that'd be a different outcome entirely.
Yeah,
but she clearly we know she wants it, but she thinks she's no good at it, and takes Mei pushing her into it, and by most being her support on stage, her shadow.
Yep.
And
to catch her when she falls.
Yeah,
literally.
Yep. Because they had the whole thing about the colors and everything. It's like the prism, and it's like I get it. And the
prisms, you mean rainbows?
Yeah,
gay.
Yeah, and it worked out really well. Because of course, still have this thing with Shiki, like it still has her machines. Like she forces Natsumi to be the one talking to with her weird strapped machine thing to force Natsumi to walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing mentioned Chisato. Chisato also gets her little thing. Chisato she's always been just Kanon's best friend, and we see her really stepping up also into a leadership role in this because she kind of becomes the de facto. She in season 1 she kind of became the de facto president of the club, but Kanon's always been the real leader.
Yeah.
And now Kanon's gone. What do you do? And Chisato now has to actually step up.
Yep.
And she really does. Because one of the things she's like, she says, I want Shiki to be the center. And eventually they're like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. She just seems like it's not going to happen. She doesn't seem to really be comfortable with it. And everyone's just kind of agreeing, yeah, we're going to have to figure out something else. And then she's like, no, we're going to put Shiki in the center.
We're doing this.
This is stepping up and being leader of all this stuff. And of course, she also gets her a nice thing because she's always been primarily a dancer, and she gets into a dance school and everything, and she's able to go off and fulfill her dreams and everything and all that. And that's great. And of course, that leaves Kanon.
One thing I didn't notice, especially once the seasons got going and Kanon got through the awkward stage of I'm not. I didn't actually leave.
I didn't actually leave, guys.
She's quite mature
in
attitude for here.
She
had a very, very mature mentality about the whole thing. Yeah. It was kind of nice to see.
Although prone to her freakouts.
Well, still gonna have those, but yeah.
Yeah, she has to more or less come up with a game plan to get, she has to take Marguerite under her wing, but also Marguerite refuses to play ball, so I have to figure out how to get that all squared away. And I also have to figure out the fact that I will be going to Vienna next year. And all that stuff, and she has to figure all these things out and get to basically splitting a whole bunch of plates at the same time.
Yep.
Getting all to coalesce, and it works.
Yep.
But it's the thing about her is she has to really step up in a lot of ways just as her own different ways of doing all that stuff, including we see she actually does go to Vienna briefly. She meets Marguerite's older sister.
Oh
who
yeah,
doesn't even get
that
named,
scene.
weirdly enough. She goes there and she has her freak out. She's talking to Chisato on the phone. Is like freaking out. Nobody here speaks Japanese.
No,
no, you're in Austria. Of course they don't.
Of course they don't.
But yeah, her figuring that out and just kind of, oh right, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with leaving.
I can do this.
Yeah, her realizing she can do this and it'll work out. Although there is a bit of like she's thought at one point is like Margaret's going to come with her. No, she's not. She's staying now, and that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, you're not going to have someone there that you know.
Yeah, and
although I think her sister will be around.
That's one of the things. When people complain, season 2 was just focused almost entirely on Canon. If I remember that, is like people, it's the Canon Shibuya show. Why is anyone else even here? And here they kind of toned her down a little bit because other people had to step in, and it wasn't always just Canon solves the problem.
Yep.
Other people stepped in, or Canon kind of figured out the problem wasn't has a solution, but someone else also figured out before she said anything, which is good. Because she would always wind up being kind of the problem solver, which, yeah, I kind of get, again, I remember the complaints.
She's the leader.
I get the complaints like, oh yeah, Kanon's getting all the thing, but also my thing was like, she is the main character. So, of course, she's going to get a lot of the screen time, but they did kind of back it down a bit. And also they fixed the thing with Marguerite Wien's, how they said her name. They're acting like Wien was Marguerite was her family name, and they fixed that for this season.
Yeah, it's a whole which one's the family, which one's the given.
Yeah, because differences in cultures.
Yeah.
And of course, man, that epilogue episode, the final episode, and because that was one of the big things. Because it's this is where the thing again. Love Live, paradoxically, I think I said this before. Love Live is not actually about Love Live.
Oh yeah.
The Love Live competition is a thing, obviously, but it's not. It's never
the driving thing.
It's there as a vehicle to drive the character growth.
Well, again, that's sort of like what I
Love
said
Live
similar. Yeah,
it's always been character driven.
Yeah,
and so the Love Live competition is always just there to push the character development.
Yep,
and whatnot.
The whole
and the interpersonal relationships versus
is that
other stories are characters are there to serve the plot.
Exactly. The plot here is pretty threadbare.
It's very basic because it's not the main point.
So I said, like, this is a Love Live season. Yeah. You know what's going to happen in general because it's Love Live.
Because they dropped the hint about this before in season 2, which is Sunny Passion was still there in season 2 as the rival group, and they won the first season. They, remember Leela did not win season 1.
Right.
They got knocked out by Sunny Passion. In season 2, Leela won. Sunny Passion got knocked out by Marguerite in a shocking upset.
Yep.
Because they were the favorite to win. Because everyone's like, no school has ever won back-to-back Love Lives, and they got knocked out, and Leela won. So the thing here, season 3, is Leela could make big history by being the first school to win back-to-back.
Yep.
And they did it. They got through to the end and they won, and it was kind of a big deal, but also not. It was like people complained, like it's why does it seem so muted? Because again, Love Live is the competition itself has never been the important thing. Have you ever noticed that? Because remember, original School Idol project, the Love Live was there as a vehicle to save the school.
Yep.
The main plot line was saving the school, not winning the Love Live. Winning the Love Live was just a means to an end. Same with In Sunshine, although that turned out differently. Nijigaseki Love Live was not even a thing other than being mentioned. Like, yeah, we're not going to even enter because we can't agree because every school only gets one entry, and there's 12 of us as individual solo acts.
Yep. And
we'd have to basically, the fear would be we'd rip each other apart trying to be the one who goes.
Yep. And
here it's like, that's the big thing is like no school's ever won twice in a row. Ever. So they're the first ones to do it. And that's a big deal, but like, that's not
well, especially like when you look at the rest of the season holistically, it's not about Love Live. Yeah. Like holistically, this season's story really has nothing to do with the competition at all. Yeah, you say it's they might win twice in a row, which has never been first, but if you look at what they're actually going through,
yeah,
that's not the point.
Yep,
that's not what they're focused on. Even really, it's them figuring out what's going to happen next.
Yep. Indeed.
Well, what's happening next year?
What's the future?
We're getting split apart. We've got 2 different groups. Canon somewhere else. We've got the stuff with Margaret.
On top of that, 5 of us will be graduating this year.
That's what I said. We're going to get split apart next year because
they're also already kind of split apart because Canon's left the group.
Canon left and then came back but didn't, and now we're over here, and then we have the graduation. That's the real point here.
Yeah, and the other thing was, yes, also because, there's two different idol groups at the same school, only one group per school. So only one of them is going to go into the competition.
So we're going to compete to see who gets it.
Yeah, and of course the whole school just goes, we want your groups to merge.
No, you're both going as one.
Turned out it was everybody's plan. We want the groups to merge.
Yeah.
Oh no, everyone was kind of keep it secret. It's like it's like it's a
right.
big secret plan, guys.
It's great secret, guys.
Everyone has the exact same plan.
Just merge. Although it did get that really cool song because they did the one song, but they didn't like. It was a call response.
Yep.
The verses were a call response
style.
That
was after in Shanghai where they performed together. It was spontaneously
accidentally together because well, you're here, you have to join us now.
Might as well just join in just to help, right?
Yep.
And yeah, of course that's the other thing.
Oh wait,
for Margaret,
I liked working with them.
For Margaret, for her, it was she had that moment. It was like, oh crap, I like that.
Crap, that was fun.
Great, I want to join Leela. This sucks.
This sucks.
I have friends now. Oh God, all awful.
How
I had fun once. It was awful.
Exactly.
Yeah. So again though, the epilogue, right? After because they won in the second to last episode, which. Yep. Okay, which I mean that's kind of Sunshine and School Idol Project did the same thing. With the win was in the second to last episode because the final episode is always the
you have a crescendo
and
then and then you have your farewells at the end.
Yeah, and man, I got to a point. I'm watching that final episode and I go, oh God, I'm gonna cry, aren't I?
Oh,
and yep, here it comes. It got me good. They got me good.
Yeah.
Because it was you get the 5 of them are graduating, and this is different because every other Love Live has basically been over the course of a single school year. The third, got first, second, and third years, and the third years graduate, but we only see them through maybe 2 seasons, 2 seasons, but it's over the course of one school year. We see through this we've got 3 seasons, and the five of them have been there the entire time. The 5 are graduating, so when they go, it's oh right, they're going now, aren't they? It's over.
Yeah.
And it's oh yeah, and they have a really, nice little bit, they're jumping over the line, right?
Yeah. Once you cross that threshold.
They're crossing the threshold and they have the whole that weird call response thing going on.
Yeah, it was just how long were they in the air?
But regardless, it's that's just a really good scene in general. I really like that scene. It's really well done. It's just, this all that stuff. And we even have a weird thing with Tomari, of all people, asked for Kanon's ribbon. Just because, Kanon's collecting underclassmen.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. Giving your ribbon to a Kohai.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing, It's very much a thing. A Kohai asks a senpai for a ribbon when they graduate. It's just kind of a thing. And
yeah.
And so Tomari asked for the ribbon. That's kind of a surprise. People thought it'd be someone else. But no, it's Tomari.
Yeah, Margaret.
Because we get that big reveal. Oh, Tamari actually been looked up to Count pretty much the entire darn time. didn't say anything. But man, that last, and on top of that, are we have one song for you, and they perform a song. What is it? Oh, the song that literally the very first song Leela ever created. The very first song they put out under Leela, except it's a new version that has all 11 of them versus the original 5. Oh man, you really knew how to. Oh God, it really got me. I was oh man, good. It
was pretty good.
And that's the thing there. It was just so that's one of those things. In the end, it's oh man, because I've always had that. I've always said Sunshine has been the best one, and man, this really gave it a run for its money. It's because I would say. I think what really just hurts Superstar overall is just season 2 was a little weaker, noticeably so. So it's it doesn't quite get that point, but it really goes hard to the point I think it's the second best Love Live series so far. I know some people, there's really some really hardcore Nijigaseki fans, Jesus. But I think this is the second best one, and Sunshine's still my favorite, I think. That might just be, it might be one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of weird about it. Like, for me recently, Transformers 1, right? After Transformers 1, I think is the best Transformers movie, but my favorite's still the 86 one, right? That's almost that sort of thing. I almost have to acknowledge that maybe Superstar might be the best, but my favorite's still Sunshine.
Yeah, once you account for your personal biases.
Maybe on this one.
Maybe.
I'm not sure yet. But yeah, it just they delivered in the end. In the end, season 3 did it. They did a really good job of wrapping everything up in a really meaningful way and sending it off with a really heartfelt goodbye. Because a lot of the other ones, they have 2 seasons, they have to just kind of rush through it, and since only 3 characters are going away, and we didn't spend that much time with them, versus this one, we got a lot of time with 5 of them. And now, is there going to be more? We don't know. There's an event coming up. They might be announcing something. They might not be. We don't know. But if they're going to do anything, although I'm going to come on the train with a lot of people, which I agree with, which is, I think anything else would kind of ruin the ending.
Love Live Superstar OVA afterwards.
Yeah, anything
else. The older in college getting back together.
I think I would agree with a lot of people that anything else would kind of just feels like it would undo the ending. And it wouldn't feel as good because like a lot of those other like School Idol Project and Sunshine both fairly, School Idol Project is a weird one, but Sunshine very clearly felt like, oh yeah, there's going to be more in the movie. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, the movie was a nice end cap for both of them, but this one feels like the end cap in this series itself worked so well that I think a movie would just kind of feel like unnecessary. As much as fun as it would probably still be, it doesn't feel like I need one.
I just keep thinking of what if after a while,
I don't know.
See what they're up to.
Some people pointed out the idea. Well, you could still have there's still 6 of them. You could focus on them.
They've never done that before. I don't think they've. I'm trying to think of other idol animes or whatnot because I know that's always been kind of a thing. I think they brought it up in the other ones too after graduation. I think both Muse and Aqua went through do we keep our name?
Yeah.
Do we change our name?
So, I remember with Muse, they decided Muse is over.
Yeah, and if you want to keep doing this, come up with a new name. It's a new band.
Yeah. And Aqua were like, no, Aqua stays. We're going to keep Aqua is whoever's here.
Yeah.
Which also kind of is because of what was said here that kind of implies that means Aqua did not win the second year. Oh. Then again, of course, as someone said, there's the loophole that they were technically, because they're at a different school now, and they specifically stated that a school did not win 2 years in a row. That technically could have won, but I'm like, that kind of means you now have an asterisk kind of situation going on. And it feels like it undoes their Leela's accomplishment. So,
yeah.
I mean, you could say that, Aqua won, a year afterwards. They won, lost one, but.
Yeah, but the thing is, no one's won twice in a row. Consecutive wins is always, even here they were saying, for 3 consecutive at the very end.
Yeah, the end is like, okay, the 6 of us are going to work for a 3rd consecutive win.
Which means they're intending to keep Leela around even, so they're going to pull an Aqua thing, basically.
Yep.
Leela is whoever's in the club.
Different. And Nijigase is just completely different. So
that's just its own thing.
It's a moot point there because they're all solo. And as for Link Like Love, I
Live,
no
laugh,
idea.
I mean.
Link Like Love is the weird one that's Japan only. I'm still not too super familiar with. And then I don't know. There was the live action thing just ended too, and I don't know anything about that either.
Yeah. But it would be kind of neat to see a after the fact, maybe. What they're up to now after a while, but maybe a year later.
They also make it clear they don't like to show them outside of high school.
Yeah,
or older than high school. They don't have no problem doing flashbacks with their kids.
Yeah, because oh no, they're too old now.
Yep.
Come on, there's 1 year later, they're still under 30. It's fine.
Nope. You jump from 18 to 30. That's what happens.
You just in 1 year, you just instantly age to 30 years old, and you're an old hag.
And now you're a hag. The hags are in demand.
No, it would be kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe see Canon come back for Margaret's graduation, kind of a thing, and catch up with the old gang, see where they're at, their agencies, how far they've got.
Yeah, it might be, but they're probably not going to do it.
It would be kind of fun though.
Yeah, might be, but. I feel like trying to
I just have them sit in a cafe and reminisce about the old days.
You mean the Honoka Cafe? because that's in there. There's this one character actually showed up, and people were like, oh my god, is that Umi?
Is that Umi?
Because like, yeah, she showed up like she's got very similar hairstyle. Her hair is
It's
one of those
quote unquote not Umi.
Yeah.
It is,
because
but
people really want them to make more
connections.
definitive connections, but again, because I think I talked about this before, the weird licensing, weird way they do animes like prevents them from doing so because it costs them extra money.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, we can't, because they found that out. They wrote the Sunshine story was like, oh yeah, this Muse is going to be there. It's like, that's going to cost a lot extra. Why? We own this. No, you don't. We have the rights to this. No, you don't. What do you mean we don't? That's a different production company. So they own the rights. So we have to license it from them. But it's that company's owned by the same company. Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, they really hurt their budget because they had to because they insisted on going forward with that storyline with Muse and everything. But that's why they kind of had the storyline of Muse just disappears after a while in Sunshine.
they went back to their home planet.
Muse is just no more Muse poster on the mall, no more Muse songs and no more Muse appearances, no more Muse songs, because that costs more money because we have to license it, even though we should.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why we don't ever see anything other than Easter eggs and references. Blech.
It would be cool, though.
Yeah, it would be, but
it would be cool.
As a whole, yeah, again, season 3, I think overall really is...
It was solid.
Good.
It was definitely solid. I didn't pick up any like pacing issues. I'm definitely nowhere near as invested in this as you are, so it doesn't hit me the same way. But it is definitely really good. But it is very much a we are wrapping this up season. Which is what it needed to be. I mean, it's season 3. The main characters are graduating. It's over. So we need to wrap. You definitely have to make sure things are wrapped up. And I think they did a good job. They tied everything up very well and neatly, and they resolved things well. No pacing problems. It was solid.
Yeah. I was want to look at this. Marguerite was played by Yuina. Just Yuina.
Yeah.
Oh, she's been in Pokemon thing, and that's it. That's it. This is her entire. Other than a Poketoon Pokemon thing, this is her only role.
Yeah, same goes for Tamari's.
Yeah, Tamari Sakura.
Looks like that's it.
Yeah, it's not surprising. This is not a lot of Love Live stuff is now. It's basically, I think if I recall, the later ones have been literally this: you audition for it, and if you're chosen, you're in. Because like a lot of them just don't have a lot of roles outside of Love Live at this point. Because this is all they do. I'm looking at it. Yeah, most of them are this is just Love Live, and that's all they have. They've been doing that more recently because I think that's the thing, is because the problem is other character, with the other characters, earlier versions are like, oh, cool, they're voice actors first. So, like right now, Aqua is pretty much they have one final live that the ticket sold out for a long time ago. They've one more live for it, and that's it. They're their last live, and they're not going to be performing anymore. Now they're pretty much been cagey about what this Aqua is over. But for example, I know Hanamaru's voice actor from Sunshine. She recently announced her marriage.
Oh, cool!
And also that she's quitting her agency.
Oh.
But apparently she's still going to be voicing Hanamaru because I guess she's going through different agencies. But yeah, it's just that sort of thing. They're getting older.
They have a life.
The Aqua Seiyu, half of them are 30 now. One of them just got married, and things are changing. And if this is not your primary thing performing, you're starting to start. Oh, my knees. You're as a performance. You're way more tired now at the end.
Yeah, and
things hurt more.
Being a performer, if you're actually doing tours, just look at any musicians.
Mm-hmm.
You look at bands. When you're touring, that's all you do.
Yeah,
you tour until your tour is over.
Yes, basically, previous Love Live characters were played by people who are voice actors. First and foremost.
So it's hard to get them to go out and do all these performances.
I believe with Superstar 4, they're kind of go with no, we want you to be performers first.
Yeah.
So we don't have to share you. We don't have to share you with anyone. There's also a problem I know with Muse, Ellie's VA. She is the front member of the band Flipside.
Oh.
And there's multiple times where there were times where, oh, look, Ellie is not here at the concert because her flip side is performing elsewhere tonight.
Yep.
So she's with them.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why you see most
band.
of the Superstar characters, they don't really perform outside of Superstar.
Yep.
Except for like maybe one or two roles.
It's good for logistics.
Yeah, the logistics. Although there was other thing I remember this bringing this. Sayori Date, I believe, Kanon's VA, keeps destroying her vocal cords.
Oof. That's not great.
There's the worry because people were like, are they pushing her to keep doing this? Because the thing was I can't remember which one, but one other Seiyu did the same exact injury to her vocal cords, but recovered finally and has no problem. But she keeps getting re-injuring herself.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she keeps pushing herself too hard too quickly. And the people are wondering, is it because there's a grueling schedule that she's trying to keep up with? Or is it one of those things Japanese work ethic means it doesn't matter if I'm sick or injured or sick or whatever, I got to keep working because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, is it an internal pressure or an external pressure?
Yeah, and that's the worry. No one really knows.
And even internal pressures can come from external sources.
Yeah.
Social
Sometimes.
Expectations and whatnot.
Yeah. So no one knows. And people are worried that she's going to blow out her voice and that will be that.
Yeah.
Particularly since, they expect them to kind of keep performing for a while. That's the worry is, Kanon's going to have to be recast just because she blew out her voice completely. So hopefully she takes some time off now, especially now this anime is over.
Yeah, now that the anime is over.
Take some time off, girl.
Yes. Rest your voice.
And what was the other thing? Right. Yeah, Love Live also, there was a bit of a controversy recently. I remember the whole thing. Oh my God, are they using AI art now?
Oh.
And it turns out, no.
No.
What happened was, there was Link Like Love got a promotional artwork for a thing. And it was kind of low resolution initially, and people freaked out because, is that AI artwork? It looks like two of the characters' hairs are blending together, and looks like 6 fingers on a hand. Uh-oh. And, then they later released the art in a much higher resolution. And, look, there's the artist's name. So, okay. And it turns out they use a very specific shading technique, so that's why the hair looked like it blended together. And that was just it was just an artifact of a low resolution image for the hand. And the other reason why people were so convinced it was AI, because this artist's art is used a lot to feed the AI image generation.
Yeah.
So now unfortunately their art style is starting to become ubiquitous with AI art style, and that sucks.
It
does. Basically, like, oh, cool. Everyone thinks my art is fake because of this stupid AI garbage.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's fun. And just also that's another thing that makes me feel kind of voice actress was born in 2002.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just curious. Okay, who's the oldest here? Who's the oldest? Who's the youngest? 2001, 2004, 1997. Oh, that Cuckoo's is 1987. Gotta remember that. 2003, 98, 98, 2004, 2002. No year. So Cuckoo's is 97, the oldest.
God, they're young.
Yeah. Just barely a millennial.
Barely.
And even then, that's still in question.
Yeah, generational. Yeah,
Regardless.
the generational lines are fuzzy.
But most of them are Zoomers.
Suddenly my back hurts. Wow.
Yeah.
Where's my cane?
Yeah, so anyway, Love Live, Superstar, great. I liked it a lot. It was a good end cap to everything, and I was not disappointed.
Yeah, I wasn't disappointed. Again, I'm not as into it as you are, but it was definitely good and worth watching. If you watch any of the Love Lives, yeah,
make it gayer.
It's definitely in there. Yeah, I think that's been a standard for all the Love Lives. It's
make
like
it gayer.
It's right there, and you obviously want to.
You're this close to greatness.
You obviously want to. Just do it.
Let's do it. Do it.
Just do it.
Have Cuckoo and Sumire smooching. Have Shiki and Mei.
Hey, those two. It's just that. Oh.
I mean, that's the other thing. Yeah, Tamari and Marguerite is one of the new couples.
Oh yeah.
Although Marguerite can count on because
that makes sense too.
The common couples tend to be Kano and
Chisato
Chisato, Marguerite, Tomari, Natsumi and Kanako, Sumire and Kuku, and Chiki and Mei. Ren's just kind of there. Forever alone.
Forever alone.
Or she shipped with Chisato, or she shipped with Chisato and Kano, and that's about it. Although I saw Ren and Kuku, which was like, what? Okay, I guess. I mean, there's no crack ships in Love Live except for the Kurosawas. And I guess now the Onitsukas. Those are still there. They're related. No, bad. Do not. I forbid it. Boo boo desuwa.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you put Margaret and give her to Kanon's sister.
Oh yeah,
that opens up an option for Ren.
A lot of people were convinced Arya was going to be a secret 12th member. But yeah, Kanon's sister was going to be the secret 12th member, and they killed that pretty definitively, because not only is she not joining the Idol Club, she's not even going to the same school.
Yep.
So yeah, they pretty much killed that. Just in case, because some people were convinced it was a secret. They're going to reveal it in the anime. She's going to be the secret new 12th member. No.
Nope.
So, sorry guys, I guess. That's it.
That's that. I got nothing else.
So if you liked what you heard, you can listen to other episodes, newtoweeboo.libsyn.com, spelled Libsyn. If you want to, subscribe to the RSS feed there, or click buttons at the top, which include Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and also there's Amazon Music. If you want to listen to those ways, you can subscribe those ways as well. And keep up with us if you like. And you can also contact us via email, newtoweeboo@gmail.com, if you have any questions or comments or anime recommendations or what have you. And also you can follow our various social media. It's at newtoweeboo.libsyn.com/contact. It's all listed there and ready to go. And that's pretty much it for this one. Join us next time. It'll still be January. We'll be talking about My Hero Academia Season 2. We're going back to that. We're committing.
Back into that.
So plus Ultra and all that, I remember I kind of looked, I was like, oh, right, that's what happens in Season 2. Okay, I remember now.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2 was a lot of people's favorite arc in it, so here we go. So we'll, see you then. Keep warm during this winter, apparently, which particularly North America is being hit by cold polar vortex. Again.
I know it hasn't snowed yet, but, it's still near the beginning of winter.
Yep. Who knows what may happen. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Apparently there's a stomach bug going around too, so.
Yay.
Yeah. That's fun.
So, keep yourself safe and warm and all that. So, see you next time.
See ya.